Hey, how's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. Um, Today I kind of want to get into me starting my prop firm, the official prop firm journey. I'm doing a combine right now, and my first trade on the prop firm was profitable. And I kind of want to talk about it a bit. Um, it was a $265 trade, and my P&L for the day was, I believe, about 288. But yeah, I want to kind of show you guys what I went in with and how was the trade, like how did it look like. So yeah, I'm gonna dive right into that. I didn't really use a 15-second chart today, which I would usually be doing, but as we can see here, this is where my point of entry was for that larger trade. Now I've been trading one micro for like the longest time, and it's been a fucking pain in the ass because you can only do so much with one micro. But I've been grinding my ass off of one micro, and I figured out like how to manage a trade and do all that. But the kind of expansion on things you can do when you have more than one contract at least, like lowering leverage is not an option when you're using one micro, because when you're using one micro you're using the lowest leverage you can, right? So when you have multiple contracts and you can kind of lower your leverage in lower market conditions that are, like, the outcome is less likely to go your way, and you can raise your leverage when there are times where the algorithm could give you a more probability to give you a profitable trade, like, that's pretty big. And I didn't realize that until I started today. So prior to this, I've only had experience with one micro, and I kind of bought the prop firm yesterday and just thought, let me get some skin in the game. I don't know what prop firm's like. I know I'm gonna do it eventually. I've been paper trading for a while, so let me just hop in a prop firm. I know my strategy. I know like what to take and what not to take, and let me see what these rules are and how it works, how prop firm works, if the rules is gonna affect like the kind of strategy that I'm using. And when I bought it, I realized that there was a target that I had to reach, and then there was a minimum loss that I had to reach. So the minimum loss is like $2,000. I'm on a 50K account, and the target I had to hit to pass the combine is $3,000. And if I'm only trading one micro, realistically, like if you're, I'm not like some crazy ass trader who could turn one micro into 3,000 in like the span of a month. I know that much. But I do know that I've turned one micro into roughly $800 over time, and then went into drawdown, and then got out of drawdown, and then was in break even, or and then hovering around $400. But I was managing the money right. The drawdown was pretty much like a spiral, which will hopefully never happen again and stuff. But I learned to control that a lot for the most part. I've gotten better at that, so I don't think that's ever gonna happen again. Mind you guys, I've been paper trading for like the whole summer, and I've been improving every single day, every single week. I find something to improve on. So now I thought it was time to just dive in and get the skin in the game. I can't just be practicing one sort of strategy when I know I'm not gonna go into a live account. I always knew I was gonna go into a prop firms first, and then take that money to a live account maybe, or maybe I'll continue to do prop firms over time. But if I don't know what the prop firm rules are like, then I'm doing my strategy, or I'm working on a strategy that I can't even use in a prop firm. Wouldn't make sense. So I decided that I was gonna hop into a prop firm, just one run, see what I can do in one run, and see what kind of strategy I would like need to succeed in the combine. This is my first combine ever. I don't really like. I've never done nothing with prop firms. All of my previous trading has been done like in live accounts, but the prop firm shit is new to me, bro. but I like it. I like it so far. It's pretty clean. You actually get the full like trading view package with the prop firm somehow, because I was looking at my trading view on my other account, or on my trading view account, my actual trading view account, because if you use TopStep, they actually provide their own charts right here. So that right here they're providing trading view charts, but on my other trading view account, I was seeing the ticks go slower. So like this shit right here, it's going like really fast up and down right now. Like it's not doing nothing, but it was like boom, 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 going up and down. And I look on my trading view chart that I actually paid for, and it was like a little laggy, like not as fast as this one was giving me candles or little ticks. So that, I thought that was pretty interesting to know. Like, why am I paying like, I don't know how much was it for the whole year, but for $50 I can get the trading view chart. I mean, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean that would just mean that I don't need to use trading view, or I need a subscription to trading view if I'm gonna be doing prop firms on TopStep. But anyways, let me get into it. Let me get into the trade. I was going off a little rant there. For trading view, I mean for the TopStep, for the first trade I took. Sorry. Yeah. So it's a Monday. No news. It's a no news Monday, right? And no news Monday, the protocol we use for no news Mondays is, as long as we're not on an NFP week, no news Monday means we gotta trade the pre-market. Why do we trade the pre-market? Because the pre-market is essentially a time where manipulation doesn't occur. It's a little sweet spot for smart money, you would say. I actually got this from ICT's lectures. I don't know which one. One of the lectures, he explains how this pre-market session before Monday, there's no room for manipulation, especially when there's no news at all. When all the smart money traders are in here getting their grab, everyone after 9:30 a.m. comes in. All the manipulation and all the volatility for larger institutions to take retail's money, they start coming in at 9:30 and this and that. But this is a sweet spot that no one likes to talk about. So when we have a Monday with no news, there is no reason for the market makers to manipulate the market. There's no excuse. Versus if we had like 9:30 a.m. news or 10 a.m. news, they can use that to push price lower, or they can use that to push price higher. But there's like nothing they can do here. So we can expect our raise to work in theory. So pretty much what I did was, I believe this was a 5-minute breaker. Yeah, or something. I think it was a 5-minute breaker. Let me double check the 5-minute. Yeah, it was a 5-minute breaker. So we have this move up, we have this move down, unable to take it right here, and then we move up, and then we trade back into here. And this is not a breaker, this is a mitigation block. Sorry, it'd be a breaker if it took the low here, but it wasn't. This is a mitigation block. So a mitigation block is we move down, we don't create a new low, we move back above this high. So we use a last up candle on this move up, which is this. This makes it the mitigation block. So on the 5-minute chart, I saw this, I dragged it this way, and now I started looking for a trade in this mitigation block. Now if I go to the 1 minute, take me back to pre-market session. This is where we were. Go back to the 1 minute. We get this order block here. We have an order block right here. We have this fair value gap right here. This was being respected here. And I had entered, I believe, around here somewhere. And my stop was below this balanced price range here on the 5-minute. This was actually just a fair value gap, but on the 5-minute, we have a balanced price range, like going 3 consecutive candles. So it's this one, move that all the way over there, and this fair value gap, that's a balanced price range. And then we also have this inefficiency on the 1 minute. There we go. So we have this inefficiency on the 1 minute. So that's why I thought, like, oh, this is going to be a solid area for price not to want to run through. So I put my stop here. And it was kind of risky because we had this minor sell side liquidity here. It's pretty relative, as you can see. But I just decided to put the trust in the setup, and it actually paid off. The target or the draw for me was this SIBI up here. I believe this is a 1 day SIBI. No, this is actually a 1 hour SIBI, if I remember correctly. Yeah, look, it's a 1 hour fair value gap. 1 hour sell side inefficiency, some shit. SIBI, buy side inefficiency, sell side inefficiency, buy side inefficiency, some shit like that. But this is a fair value gap, and this was a draw. We were trading around here, and I saw this movement overnight, and I was like, yeah, it's definitely drawing to the 1 hour fair value gap. And there was also buy side here. I believe it was this level here on a lower time frame. So there was buy side up here as well that I wanted to see taken. I'll go ahead and show you guys the actual screenshots that I have. Let me get those on screen real quick. Screenshots. So yeah, right here, this was my first screenshot of the day. And this was me in the trade, 3 contracts, 3 minis, or 3 micros deep. The stop was here, and then do I have any? There you go. I had a limit sell for 2 minis right here. This was a measurement fib level, and then this was like a buy side level right on it, is just a short-term high. So I had a 2 right here, and then I had a runner sell over here. So I let price come and trade into this. Once it hit this, I moved my stop to break even. So as soon as price traded up here and it got me out, I moved the stop up to here to break even, and I let the runner run. And the runner ran all the way up here, but I had to exit it earlier. I had to exit it like right here. Let me show you guys where. So this is my target exit. It was somewhere like around here. And then the first exit was down here. I remember it was like right down here. So the limit 2 buy order to take out 2 contracts was right here. So I ended up catching this full run. It was like a solid, yeah, it was like a solid 80, 85 handles or something like that. But yeah, this is where I ended up getting in. This was my stop. And then this was my limit sell, and then my second runner, and then they both ended up hitting. I think I took off my limit sell a little earlier than I wanted to. Let me see. Yeah, so I took profits a little earlier. So we can see that right there. It was towards this level here. This is where I took the first 2, and then I let it run a little bit longer over here, and I got stopped out in profit. So it was a 265 trade right there. But yeah, that was pretty much the setup here. It was a mitigation block, balanced price range, fair value gap that was being respected by price. If you can see it come up right here. And an order block right here that was also being respected by price. So it didn't close under here, close inside of it, and look at it. It's respecting the midpoint of the order block, which is the mean threshold. The mean threshold is right here. So look, none of the candles closed below it. This one kind of got close, but it didn't. And I was able to catch this morning run. And if I really would have left that runner, it could have brought me all the way up to here. But I don't like to spend too much mental capacity or let my heart get racing. Once it starts racing and I'm in a higher trade than usual, 265, that's not something you can get on average with 1 micro, you know. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That's my first trade on the combine. We'll hope that it continues on later. The second trade was a short here on this mitigation block. I wanted to see it come in, come out, and then come in one more time, and then come back right down. But it started going sideways, so I just exited the trade. I think it was like a random like $20 of profit. But yeah, I tried to get out here. I mean, I tried to go for a price run to reach that minor sell side liquidity that I was talking about earlier, but we didn't, and we started going sideways. So at this point I didn't even want to be in the trade, so I got out of it. I wanted to see it move down fast, and thankfully I got out of it because my stop was placed here and the target was placed down here, so I would have gotten stopped out if I didn't get out when I decided that the trade wasn't acting in the way I wanted it to see it act. So I just got out here, which is good because I would have got stopped out pretty nasty. But yeah, guys, that was my trades for today. It's a little lecture and shit, but yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe. No, yeah, I'll definitely be posting tomorrow. So yeah, I'm a little tired, if you guys can't tell, but yeah, you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Good luck on trading.